Yo, what's up, guys? Ben on Fire here, back on the video, and today we're going to be bringing you guys another defense I like to run and mix in Madden 22. This one's going to be one that I actually struggle against. This is a defense that I usually do struggle against. It's honestly super annoying to go against, so I'm going to show you guys the ways that I like to run it, just kind of how it is, and then a couple of adjustments that will help you along the way throughout the course of the game. Because if you just sit and run this defense, even me, I struggle against it, but of course, you run it too many times, I'll be able to catch you off guard. So the play I'm talking about is going to be cover 6 there on the left hand side. Now this particular one has a soft squat. I've seen ones that have cloud flats, but I do like the soft squat a little bit better, so if you could use that one, it would be better. We're in the 3-3-5 will formation, which was the same as that cover 4 quarters play we talked about just a couple of days ago. So you can actually add this to that scheme as well. And of course, you can run this out of any other formation. I could run it out of 2-4-5 odd. I could run it out of nickel normal, pretty much any of those. So pretty much with that being said, we will just hop into everything. Now what I like to do is, of course, get these safeties at linebackers. That's something I always like to do. We'll get some safeties at linebacker, and that will help us in both the match coverage game and our user. But yeah, with that being said, let's get straight into it. A couple more things. We are in the Bears playbook. I always get comments on what playbook. It's going to be the Bears for this particular playbook. Also, make sure you guys drop a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel down below and follow all my links in the description as well. Alright, here we are out on the field now. One thing I didn't mention is the coaching adjustments. It's important when you run match coverage, even though on this particular play, technically, really only half the field is match coverage. You can't set your zone drops to everything, so make sure you leave everything on default. And that is, of course, what we will be doing today. So pretty much just against this gun bunch, I'll show a variety of plays against it. Just stock, so you can see what it plays like. Now, pretty much all I'm going to do is use the safety here, and we'll just show you what works well, what doesn't work well, and we'll start out with a popular vertical setup, being this one right here, the popular setup. So we're going to go ahead and snap the ball. You see I'm going to probably have the assignment of the running back, which, of course, the running back and the crosser are the main components of that play, along with the delay fade. So those are mainly the things you have to focus on. Again, if I notice the running back not getting covered anyway, what I can do is I can actually leave this vert hook. Hopefully it helps out with that deeper crosser, which it definitely can. And then I will actually use this player instead, and this would allow me to definitely defend our boy Saquon Barkley a lot easier. So now I can kind of work over on RB, and then we go over to Y, and looks like everything is defended pretty dang well to me. Now, make sure when you're running this that, of course, auto flip is on, because you want your cover 2 to make sure that it is on the short side of the field, because cover 2 does not play the best this year, so you need it to be on the short side so you don't get beat on the outside of the field or the sideline. So I would also recommend putting your fastest safety on the short side of the field. It can be a pain to sub in and out, but it could be worth it if you have unevenly matched speed ratings at the safety position. But, I mean, yeah, let's show that vertical setup again. Of course, there could be one hole, and that's going to be the delay fade, which we will actually talk about next. Now, it kind of looks like the crosser is open there, but it actually is a tight throw. I'll try and throw it next play, but it is a little bit, it kind of looks open, but it really isn't, super open. I'm just going to snap the ball and throw it, but, of course, Y would be defended, so we'll throw it. And you see, that was a bad pass lead, but even throwing to the outside, if you have any kind of speed at the safety position, it should match on a lot better than even right there. Eric Rowe's not exactly the best safety. I think we would all agree on that. But now let's attack the delay fade thing, and I actually have to make a sub. I have to get a fast linebacker right here. All right, we're back out here, and I did sub in Jerome Baker there, but pretty much what you can do with this guy is a couple of different things. Let's actually show what if they run for, or this verticals play kind of stock, what would happen. And pretty much what would happen is I believe Evan Ingram would get a little bit opened up here, which you see he is a little bit opened up there. Of course, that was a standard throw with no pass lead, but you could easily have lowballed that, and it would have been open because the guy who ended up defending him was the outside quarter. So, I mean, usually Evan Ingram does get open on that. A simple fix to that would be to put this player in a vertical hook, which is an adjustment I like out of quarters, and I also like it out of this cover 6. You're going to vertical hook him. Of course, you're only going to have a 3-man rush, so you're not going to get super good pressure, but as long as you have some half-decent D linemen, your pressure will not be the worst on the planet. So now I can either lurk on Y, which you see now the 3-rec hook does a decent job at defending, but it also, the vert hook on the right does its job, and it takes away Evan Ingram's quick throw. So I also like this in different plays, so we'll hop into Z spot now, and he should help out in defending the quicker part of the corner route. So we'll run a play kind of like this, and once again, I don't want to press my DBs, very important. I did not say press, so make sure you are not pressed because otherwise you'll get beat deep very easily. But just go ahead, put this guy in the vertical hook for our first adjustment, and now you see he's going to take away that quick part of the corner route. You see B gets matched on very well by our inside quarter, and our outside quarter will end up taking that Z-spot corner route that is so, so good and so popular. I didn't actually look at that left side of the field. I was more focused on the other things, but that would kind of be your responsibility. Really, I'm taking any crossing route from right to left, potentially running back routes, especially that are going on that left side. But, I mean, really, everything's defended well. And I want to talk about the soft squat a little bit. This is kind of a matching zone, but also not. So I'll show you what it looks like if we just throw out a streak with no running back route. And he's going to match on. So he's going to actually kind of match on. Now, he does trail a little bit. It's not man coverage. So the way that it's coded, he's not going to straight up defend it. But I want to show what it looks like if we throw a route in the flat now. Now we have a route in the flat, and you see he's going to end up coming back once it gets into its zone. So it can be very aggressive. I like this a lot to defend the super deep crosser because a lot of times the running back route's going to the right, so if they run stock verticals like this, the soft squat will actually be able to usually come down and make a play on that deeper crosser as long as the streak is not super fast for whatever reason. But that kind of takes me to my next point, what you can do besides put him on a vertical hook with this player right here. The next thing I'm going to do is man him up. This will completely take away any delay fades, and this just, so let's actually go back to verticals here just because I want to show you everything, but here's going to be your setup. Of course, with your user, you're going to take Y, which is something we've already discussed. But you can kind of see, of course, we get shedded there, but I'm going to try and throw this crosser so you can see how he kind of peels off the route. So we'll just set it up. Again, this is stock. Hopefully we don't get shedded. And I accidentally threw it to the wrong person, but there you see deep half's going to do a good job of sitting over there. Sorry about that. For some reason, I just confused X and R1 there, but now we'll set it up. Wrong controller, of course, but now we're going to throw the crosser. Hopefully our soft squat will peel off like I said it would. We were going to pass it outside, and you see there it's completed. Again, that was a bad click on, just me using 2 controllers, but a lot of times I've seen him peel off on that route. And again, you got to expect that. Not always is this player going to be on a streak, and it can also be against other formations. So it can be against something like this, which, again, let's show it against just a random verticals play. And you see we did kind of have, we don't have auto flip, or auto flip doesn't work for when someone comes out and playing audibles or flips, so we're not going to have the slot corner on that side, but usually auto flip I think would actually kind of flip here, and it would have the slot corner to the trip side. So if that's an issue to you, like again, if you want to, you can turn auto flip off actually to make sure that your cover 2 is on the short side. So that's something I probably should have set. But this situation, I can still actually man up the tight end like this. So here, now you see it. I can still man up this play on the tight end. And if I still wanted to, I can still use the vert hook. Because again, usually some people like to use this side in trips, but match is completely different. You're gonna have different assignments. So now we'll snap the ball. I got to kind of take away the quick routes, and now you see everything is matched on well, including B. So that is pretty dang good coverage there. Y and X are taken care of well, and that's just an example of audibling. So I just want to show a different style, some more styles of route combinations, just different plays, concepts that you can see. So here again, just a nice Z spot setup. We'll actually drag Galladay here, but again, all I'm doing is I'm manning up the tight end, and that's pretty much it. Again, I like to use this vert hook. Depending on the play, if somehow something is killing you, like that vertical setup might be, I can go ahead, user, Brandon Jones right here, and kind of take care of things. So now I can lurk on X. Of course, my responsibility probably R1 there. So if you use the 3 receiver hook, it's a lot riskier because again, vert hooks don't match, but 3 receiver hooks do. So in that case, if you miss something, it could be a bigger deal than it normally would be. Let's just show some more random cool plays like this one. This is the play again. It's not super used. In the case where the tight end is in a wide receiver hot route spot, you can't delay fade him under any circumstance here. if I'm putting him in coverage, I'm going to either vertical hook him, or I'm probably going to hard flat him to the wide side, which would be where you could expect a combination kind of like this. So he's probably going to put the running back out there. Now you have a hard flat that should take care of it well. And you see X, just certain routes match on weird. And that's why you have to always, be careful about this, because, certain routes like that post corner just torched my outside quarter. And pretty much sometimes the match assignments can be weird. So that is a situation where you got to be a little bit careful. If I want to show you guys a little bit more risky play, you could actually cloud flat that right side and then deep half over here. So now you have a quarter flat on the right. Unfortunately, you don't have a quarter flat on the left. This is just kind of a quick way to audible the quarters, or a quarters type of a concept without actually it being quarters. So if I wanted to, I'd run it like this probably, or maybe I just put A in the vertical hook and then I'd put A in the inside third so that he's defended it well. This would be kind of a cover 4, cover 3, and maybe just a cover 4, cover 2 combo. But again, you don't really have much match besides that quarter flat because you have a vert hook instead of the 3 receiver hook. But we'll just show this against something like a verticals here, and you see again, I'm probably going to take Y, but RB, if your soft squat can kind of peel off there, he should be in a decent spot to defend it. But yeah, overall just pretty good coverage. Alright guys, hopping into just a last variation you could do, and that would be to potentially man up this player over here instead. Now, against bunch, it might not be the best idea, but depending on if they're in a kind of a spread or maybe a trips, you could just man up either that guy on the right on anyone or this guy on the left on anyone. So that would be your option. In this case, we have like a trips tight end look / trips tight end offset, Trey Y flex type of a look. Right here, I could either do, a couple of different things, which we're going to kind of baseline our players here. And also one of the things I kind of like to do out of trips is man align. This will kind of set you up in a better spot. It gets your slot corner on the right side. So if you were running auto flip, probably your go-to adjustment would be to man align. You would actually end up using this player over here. So your cover 4 is still on the wide side, your cover 2 is still on the short side, but now you man align, so you still give him the slot corner on the right side. So if you were running auto flip on, that's the adjustment that you're probably going to want to go to, the man align. So here, I could actually put this X linebacker in the vertical hook adjustment, which we did there. And now this will just give me a little bit more freedom to defend on this right side of the field. Potentially, for whatever reason, our match was super weird there with one of the quarters actually chasing the drag route. But if I did see something like that happen, I could also actually throw him in the hard flat, and this would be a decent adjustment, or I could actually curl flat him. So if I anticipate my soft squat just matching on, I could do that, but this curl flat would help out in defending things like the verticals play, which will snap here. This would definitely kind of help out here a little bit. Just makes it a little bit of a tighter throw, gives you some kind of help on that left side in case the match goes south. But it's pretty much going to do for the video. If you enjoyed, drop a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel once again, and peace. I'm out of here.